Alright guys, how's it going? Duncan C75 here. And it's trade day. And I'll be honest with you guys. Every time I do trade day, I always check out the offers I get. And I check out the prices on the market, what they are at right now. I do, like I said, I do my homework. And I try to be as fair as I can be. And I'll be well honest with you, I am not impressed at all with what I'm getting right now. No offense to anyone, but it's almost a joke sometimes. It's almost insulting. Like I said, I'm ready to make some trade days. It has to be fair. It has to go both ways. Sometimes, you know, I'm going to be on the losing end, not by much. But if I think it's worth it, because I get players that I think are good for trades, for trade bait, I'll take it, you know. I'll lose out on, you know, a few thousand EA bucks. I don't mind. But sometimes it's just totally ridiculous. So, you know what? We're going to go through this together. And I'm telling you, there's not many trades that are going to happen today. I don't want to burst your bubble. I know people are looking forward to watching this video and all that. But I'm warning you ahead of time. Don't expect much. And those trades are going to have to get better than that for me to, you know, accept some. And for you people who know the market, I think you're going to agree with me that, you know, I didn't get that many good trade offers, you know. Like I said, I'm here to do videos. I love doing it. And I want to have fun. But, you know, it's like I've got to get decent offers, you know. I cannot go on the losing end because then I'm going to get no-name players, which I can't put on the trade block. You know, it has to be interesting. And if you guys don't offer me anything in return for, you know, what I'm asking for, at least anything decent, it's not going to work out. So, you know, I'm going to stop talking. We're going to go through this together. I have my list here. And I checked prices, and we're going to start right away, you know. Here we have David Krejci. 2 trade offers. Whitney with 500 EA pucks. No way. Forget about it. And here we have LaPierre, Emerton, Bradley, 300 EA pucks. What do you want me to do with that? Seriously. I mean, I consider that a troll trade. So forget about that. Krejci's not going anywhere. Next we have James Neal. Here we have Jovanovski, Gunnarsson, Jones, and 500 EA pucks. I mean, seriously, what do you want me to do with that? Who's going to go on the trade block and in my trade pile out of all of that? No one. At least James Neal, you know. Anyways, whatever. That's a reject. And here, Voracek, Coburn, Jones, Martinez, and 1,000 EA pucks. When you add it up, it might come maybe close to what James Neal is worth, which is around 10K. But what am I going to do with those players? Who's going to go back on the trade block, you know? Who's going to go in my trade pile? None of them. So, rejected. Sorry. No, nothing there. Here we have George Paris. I mean, he shouldn't be hard to trade away. He's worth 7,000. What do I get? Here, garbage. What do you want me to do? I know Paris is nothing special, but he's a star of the week. Those cards are rare cards. They're hard to get. Even if it's Paros. 7,000 EA pucks. Sorry, rejected. Nothing there. Goodbye. Next, we got, let's see. Tim Thomas, 2 trade offers. Wisniewski, Whitney, Stahl, Boland. You know what? If you're going to offer me this kind of stuff, why don't you just offer me what he's worth? Anywhere between roughly 10 to 15K, you know? And 1,000 EA pucks. I can't do anything with that. I can't put Boland on my trade pile. I'm sorry, I have to reject that. It's almost worth what he's worth, but I can't get anything in return for those other players. Same thing here. Smith, Armstrong, Shen, Franzen, 1,000 EA pucks. Not good enough. I need to get better players. Even if it means you only have to give me 1 player in return, give me 1 player. But it's a player that I can put back on the trade block. Nothing going there, you know. Next we have Dustin Brown. Brown is worth about 15k. What do I have here? I mean, nothing. Chloe doesn't even go more than 3k at the most, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, it's just to say it's not worth it. So this is rejected. You see, so far, this is all I'm getting. And then I'm telling me, people telling me in messages that I didn't do my homework. Well, I guess some of you out there didn't do your homework. I mean, if you're gonna do offer, you know, players, look at what I'm asking for. You know, it's like, let's say you take Nick Backstrom. Go find out on the market how much he's worth. Okay, approximately at starting price. Average it out, you know, what you see most often. And, you know, like a start of the week Backstrom is about 110k. And then whatever you give in return, you know, decent players that you can put up on the trade block, and that add up to 110k or something around there, 100, 120, you know. I'm not trying to rip people off, but I mean, it's like, seriously, if you're going to give me 40, 50k worth of players plus another 20k in pucks for Backstrom, you can be damn sure that I'm going to reject it. And I mean, I'll reject it like at 100 miles an hour, you know. So, Brown, I think okay. Nothing for Horton. Luongo here, we have 3. Here, nothing. I mean, I got 20k in EA pucks. But here, doesn't add up. Luongo's worth about 40k. What is this? Rejected. Sorry, nothing goes there. Bernier, rejected. See you later. Chloe, Timonen, Ribeiro, 13,000 pucks. It doesn't add up to 40. I mean, Chloe is decent. 13,000 pucks, it's nice. The rest? Where's the rest? Doesn't work. Rejected. So nothing for Luongo. I'm telling you guys, there's really nothing special. I'll show you the good trades that I got. That I am going to accept, if I'm not mistaken, 3 trades. And I'll show you. You'll understand what I'm looking for. Here we have Richard Peverley. He is worth about 15k. I've got Landeskog here, which is about 7k. I got another 5,000 EA pucks, that's 12k. And Bobrovsky. What do you want me to do with Bobrovsky? Like, seriously. It almost adds up to what Peverley is. You know? Bobrovsky, I mean, come on. Seriously. Why didn't you just, like, put in another 7 or 8,000 EA pucks? Rejected, sorry. I don't necessarily need Landeskog. I can get players in that. He could be nice on the, you know, on a trade block, but I can get better. So forget about it. Here we go. Cal Clutterbuck. He goes around 17 or 18k. Nothing here. Rejected. Forget about it. All right, here. This is an example. Sorry, this is an example of, you know, a good trade. Goligoski is worth about 22, 23k. Grabowski is worth about 4k. Zubris is about 1k. Seabrook is about 7k. Oshie is about 6k. So when you add these players up, it comes up to 18k. Plus the guy offers me 5k. That's 23k. Now I've got 4 decent players, okay? I mean, they're not high-end players, but you know, they're okay. It's 4 average players. I mean, Oshie is good, you know, he's like a great overall player. Seabrook is a great checker and defenseman. Zubris is an average second, third liner when you're starting your team. And Grabowski, he's a fast skater, you know. Pretty good shot, pretty good hand. This is not bad. This is the kind of trade, you know, I can go like, okay, it's acceptable. It's nothing amazing, but it's acceptable. 4 average players with 5,000 EA pucks. It adds up to 22 to 23k. So this offer I am going to accept. I know I maybe could have gotten better, but this is decent, you know. So thanks a lot, whoever sent that to me. You understand the concept of how to do a decent trade. Like I said, no offense to anyone else, but I mean, seriously, people who know the market, it's like, anyways, people who know the market understand what I mean, and they'll agree with me that anything else in there so far has been pretty much a joke. So, Oshie I already have, going to send to the trade pile. Seabrook, he's also going to go to the trade pile. Same thing with And Zubers. Zubers I might sell for 1 hour because he's not going to go on the trading block. So for that Goligoski, thank you. You understood the concept, and I have 2 more coming up with approximately the same concept. Next we have Teemu Selanne. Actually, yeah, okay. Just want to make sure I'm not skipping anything here. Teemu Selanne is worth about 50k. I'm getting Bolin, Downey, Bobrovsky, Barchi, and 933. No thanks. And here, Jamie Benn. Okay, Jamie Benn, I checked on the market, is worth, hold on a second, I got him right here. Come on, where the hell are you? Anyways, he's worth about 20-25k, if I'm not mistaken. But that's not the point. The point being is Latendresse, Anderson, and Gagliardi. Where's the other 25k missing? You know, doesn't make sense. So this is rejected. And that's it. Nothing for Selanne. Next we have Kyle Okposo. We have 1 trade offer. Poso on the market is worth about 40 to 45k. Here I'm getting Nathan Horton. I think is around 25 or 30k from what I remember from last trade day when I did the video. And here, you know, it's like, okay, you got the first part you right, and then where's the rest? You seriously think I'm going to take those 3 guys to add it up to 40, 45k? 40 to 45k? What do you want me to do with that? And 0 EA pucks. Sorry, I'm going to have to reject that. That doesn't work. You know? If you're going to start with Jamie Benn, add some other, you know, decent dude, and EA pucks, or just EA pucks, and, you know, we can work a trade out. That just didn't do it. You were like 50% there, and you were missing another 50%. Alright. Now here for Anisimov, I got a few good offers. And I'll show you guys. 6 trade offers for Anisimov. Krejci, Hiller, Burmistrov. No, not good enough. Sorry, that's rejected. Marchand, Stafford, Ladd, Jones. Sorry, rejected, not good enough. I mean, Anisimov goes around 45 to 50k. Richards, like Pominville, 6,500. It's okay, but nothing, you know, nothing amazing. Okay, Havlet, 12,000 pucks. Havlet, I checked. He goes for 22 to 23k. So we're talking about 35k here so far, and then it's like you're almost there. You know, you didn't do your homework. You're at 35k. Anisimov is at 40 to 45k. I'm not gonna start whining for 5,000k. I mean, you know, for 5k. I mean, normally I would have said, okay, you know, I might take it. But guess what? I'm gonna delay the offer. There's even better offers. Now you have Bergeron and Bacchus. Bergeron goes for about 17k, and Bacchus goes for 7k. So that's about 24 to 25k, plus another 10k. That's 35k. And honestly, you know, Skater plus 5 all is worth a lot on the market. I could sell that easily. So this is already worth more than the Havlet. So, you know, there's the difference. If you're going to send in Havlet and some EA pucks and you still end up short, it's going to make a difference with people sending trades like that, which makes a difference. But guess what? There's even better. Here we have Jordan Staal, Callahan, Booth, and Cole, plus 5,000 EA pucks. Now, when you add that up, Staal is at 17k, Callahan is at around 12 to 13k, Booth is at around 7 to 8k, and Cole is at around 11 to 12k. So when I add that up, I'm at 30, 37, 48, plus another 5,000 EA pucks. That's 53. So somewhere around 50 to 55k in pucks. This is good. This is decent. 4 decent players. Excellent players, actually. Cole, Booth, Callahan, Staal, and a small amount of pucks. But, you know, it adds up. So, you know, delay it. So I'll show you guys over again. Anisimov, that's it. Like I said, this is not bad. But you're just missing a tad bit. And you know that if it's a trade day, you're not going to be the only one sending trades. You're going to have some competition, you know. So, you're rejected. That one wasn't bad either, but good, you know, there was even better. And I am going to have to, or I will accept this offer, which is a good one. And thank you to whoever sent that. You understand the concept of the good trade, you know? Good, decent players that I can put back on the trade block. And, you know, I already have him, so perfect. Go to the trade. I don't have him. Go to my collection. Thanks a lot. I am building on my collection. David Booth, trade pile. Thanks. Eric Cole, trade pile. Thank you. So that was Anisimov. Alright. So who's next? Callahan. Let's see here. Is that... Yeah, okay. Callahan, I checked. There's not... I think there's only 1 or 2 on the market. I was going around 60 to 70k roughly. Steen, Umberger, Kuhlman, or Poso. Sorry, I have to reject that. And what do we have? Turris, Molson, Burmistrov. What do you want me to do with that? Sorry. Rejected. Rask, Vishnowsky, Marchand, Bork, 5,008 bucks. Decent players, but it doesn't add up, you know? I can't lose here. It has to be even, or I have to make some sort of a profit, you know? Like I said, I'm not greedy, but it doesn't add up. So now here we have Dennis Weidman, who goes around 80 to 90k. One trade offer. And you know what? This is a good one. We have Carter here, Tavares, Green, and Semin, plus 25,000 EA pucks. Now, once again, I checked it up. Carter goes for around 17k. Tavares goes around for 20k. Green another 20k, and Semin another 12. So when you add that up, roughly 40 plus 30, 70. 70 plus 25 is 95,000 altogether. That is a very good trade offer, and I will accept it. You too, my friend, understand the concept of a good trade. So thank you very much. Let's see what we got here. Come on. So Tavares, I already have him, so he's going to go in the trade pile. Green, already have him, trade pile. Semin, already have him, trade pile. And Carter, do not have him, go to my collection. Thank you very much. So, alright, here we go. What else? Okay, now we have Backstrom, 4 trade offers. Here we oh wow, this just came in. I did not have that. And honestly, I don't know his value, but at 92, does he have any training? Yeah, he was. I think Lundqvist is what, a 91 or a 90 usually. So guys, you're just gonna have to give me a second here. I'm gonna delay the offer. I'm gonna have to check his trade value. Okay, here. You know, Kane. I've seen 2 prices, 40 and 80. So I go down the middle. I say around 60. But even for a guy who's 84 overall, I don't think it's worth 60k. I'd go 40k. Then we have what? A home Canada jersey. Yeah, some people are crazy enough to sell them 10 or 15k online. I'd never pay more than 1 or 2k for a Canada jersey. Thanks for the thought, though. Havlat and Strite, start of the week. Sorry, it doesn't add up. We're talking about Backstrom, 110k at least. Strite is 25, 45, 85. 93, 90. It's not bad. It's pretty close, but I'm still going to have to reject, you know. Thanks a lot, but if you would have added another maybe 10k, it maybe would have made it. But anyways, here, a joke, reject offer. And here, again, Kane, 40k. Eriksson is another 15, so we're talking about 55 plus 40, 95. You see, it's not that far off. You're just missing a bit, you know. I did my homework. I checked the prices. Kane, trust me, I don't think is worth more than the 40k. If you go up to 50k, then I would say, well, yeah, maybe I'd accept the trade offer. The guy's an 84 overall. I know he has 92 skating, 94 hands, but his checking and his defense are horrible. If Faneuf puts him against the boards, he's just going to rattle him and forget about it. So, yeah, I'm going to have to reject that also. Now, what I am going to do is, as we're running almost on 20 minutes, we're almost done here. I didn't want the video to be this long. We're just going to go search for Lundqvist here, see how much he's worth. Goalie, NHL, Rangers, and I think that for Backstrom, it's, I don't know. Lundqvist, 70 starting price. Here we have 85, 80. So he goes for 70 or 80, you know. So it won't cut it. I mean, he's an amazing goalie, but you've seen it just like me. 70 to 80K, it won't do it. Did the guy have a... Did he add any pucks in there for Backstrom? No, no pucks. Sorry, I'm going to have to reject that. Not good enough. Amazing player, but missing another player or some pucks, you know. Okay, here we have Pekarine. Lettinen, Morrow, Downey, Timonen, no thanks, rejected. Couture, Stahl, Franzen, Kane, great players, plus 50,000 EA pucks, but Rene goes for at least, and I'm saying at least 200K. And I would go as far as saying even maybe 250K, you know. And I haven't seen any for a while on the market. Well, I mean, they're very rare. Rene has been rare for a week, if not two, you know. So I'm going to have to reject this offer, unfortunately. Okay, listen, Hasek, legend, great goalie. On the market, we're talking about 130 to 140K. Plus another 20K, let's say, 160. Great offer, but you're still on the short end. I have to, you know, I have to get something out of this. I pay big prices for these cards, so I can get something decent in return, and this is just not going to cut it. Okay, we're almost done. 2 more cards, and then we're going to wrap it up. Brizgalov, he's worth 13K. Nothing here. Lusty, Vlastic, Goligoski, 3K. I mean, it might add up or close to it, but I cannot do anything with those players, so I'm going to have to reject it. And you guys might be saying I'm demanding, but listen, that's, you know. Okay, hello there. Skinner. Here we go. Skinner, 1 trade offer. Like I said, Oshie is worth about, I checked him up, he's worth 6K. Skinner's about 12. Sorry, I'm going to have to reject that. So guys, that was trade day for today. Kind of disappointed, but, you know, expecting for better things to come. I got 3 great trade offers, though, that I accepted. That is an example of, you know, what I like to get. So we can make this, you know, fair for both parties, as much as for you guys as for me. I cannot go on the losing end, like I said, you know. I buy packs. I don't spend a fortune, but I still buy some, you know. So we're talking about real life money. And I have to make these videos interesting. So you guys have to send me, you know, like trade offers that are decent. Of course, there's always going to be some guys that are going to try and, you know, to rip you off and stuff like that. But anyways. So we're going to end this trade day video. And right after this, I'm going to follow it up with a trade block for Thursday's trade day. So this is Duncan C75 signing out, saying thanks a lot, and I'll catch you guys later.